Back. So we pretty much just need to figure out how we can subscribe to this to kind of execute this add product with image that we created last lesson. So let's jump into the product service right here. Now I've commented all of this out. We don't want to do that anymore. Now we actually want to start converting and using this new setup we just made. And for now, let's just again keep it simple and say that there should be some metadata. There should be a blob in that metadata, and there should be a product. So we're not going to do any validation yet. We'll try and work with test later and try and figure out how we can fix this and make it even cooler. So we'll say I want to use the file service. Now I don't have the file service available, right? So I can't upload the image right now. So let's try and go up here and import the file service, because I need that now to kind of work with that part inside my product service, right? So let's just import the file service right here. There we go. It's now dependency injected. I'll scroll down and I'll say I need first to upload the file. So I'll say this, the file service dot upload image, right? Upload image. There we go. Now that needs an image data to upload. Notice how simple that is, where before we had the upload file, now we just have the image data that we can just upload right here. Now, hopefully the upload image knows what to do with that to upload it, right? That's kind of the idea, or else we made something wrong in this guy. Sweet. Second step, we're going to pipe it into a switch map just like we did before. So there we go. And now we should get back some product data that we can then pass onwards. So let's have a look right here. It seems that we don't have the product data for the picture, but we actually do anyway, because this is actually the product that we're getting from the outside. And the final thing we need to do is not call PS add product. We're actually just going to call the local add product right here. And then we're going to end up returning all of this. And we're kind of done, right? So it's the exact same thing like we did in the other class. I just moved the logic a little bit and changed it into using the file service in here instead of before we used the file service on the outside. Of course, when I need to add the product, I also need to send in the product data right here, and then this guy takes over and takes care of adding the actual product as we want it. Now again, this is just the startup because we need to add a few validations in here, but for now let's just try and see if we can get this up and running if we have the expected data in our system. Now, the subscribe is okay now, but I want to make it even better in the service to kind of make sure that it knows it's going to return an observable with the actual product when it's done. So I'll just add that up here as well, just to kind of explain the return type. So just to make sure that this observable does actually end up with a product. That's just what I'm doing right here. So that's it. I just moved the code around. Nothing major actually, just making things look a little bit simpler from a point of view of the component, and move some of the logic into the services instead of having it inside the component. But does it work? Well, that's the next step. Let's try and jump into our module test right here. Let's try and add a new product. So we'll create a new product right here like we've done before. Let's make a worm, very small animal, and let's choose an image right here. I'll just pick one of my hunter pictures right here, and if you notice, if you're really good at looking, you can actually see there's a worm right over there. There's a small worm, and let's just add this and see if it works. To kind of get back to the same thing we had before, here is the worm, and there it is, the picture. Everything is still working perfectly. Now the difference is again that we made some great changes to our code that makes it more readable, easier to maintain, and it also put the logic into the right places, meaning that if I want to change the way that I add product images, I can just do it in here now without it affecting any components using this service. If I want to change how I upload my files, I can just change it here without affecting any outside components. And let me try and show you an example of this in the next couple of lessons, where we're going to try and change things a little bit without actually messing up our code too much from a component point of view. So that's it for this lesson. See you next time. Have fun.